Yeah, so the social media pastors are clearly fake. They're still trying to paint a narrative about moi that I was bitter or frustrated or all these sorts of things. The reason why I stood up is because of they were pushing AI versus the cheat code, which is trades in American society. So like Sarah would say like this is business, like trying to show like they think like her and Hove and the vice president and all of them are still in this old mindset that we're putting business before God when there's been truth um, that's been brought to light that you put God before business, and then that's the way that your business thrives. So like they're they don't want to be upfront about like she keeps reminding people that she was pregnant at 16 just to say that oh that's a it's okay to get pregnant at 16 and then be a preacher like me, but her dad's a preacher, and it's just promoting that it's okay to be pregnant at 16 when that is not the case. They keep reminding and saying the same things like my father's business. That's the same thing that Mike Todd said. So it's the same stuff. They just keep recycling the same stuff, and they're not trying to uh, give you knowledge of the Bible. So like the at Mike Todd's church or whatever, the light skinned brother, uh, he goes and talks about a monk on the stage in the pulpit. Like you want to know about Buddhism, and when you're supposed to be going there for Christ. Like if he wants to teach that outside of the church, he can do that. But that's what they keep trying to persuade you of. Not having knowledge of the world um, is going to they're trying to persuade you into China, Brazil, and Iran and Russia, trying to get them to have power over the forefathers system that they don't have respect for, when they're currently benefiting from all of the things that the forefathers have thought about and crafted and made a great society uh, that's fair with taxes and all of the stuff that we still have to sort out. So it's a continual progression of building the American society, with like, and as well as Stephen A. goes on and to say that America is about the new religion, and it's like okay, yeah, that's cool that America was. I'm not even sure that that's an accurate representation or an accurate interpretation of why the settlers settled here. But as we've already stated before, that it's been too much of the it's too much freedom of religion. Now people think that they can swear in on the Quran when that is not legitimate in America. So everything that he just swore on, he just swore on his ideology into New York. He didn't swear on the Bibles and the Christians nation the Christians nation. He didn't swear on the Bible for the Christians nation. He swore on Quran so he can develop his own doctrine inside of uh, New York. So it's very distinctive. So you can't even count what he just swore into because he didn't swear into anything. He put his hand on the Bible on the Quran when the Quran is fake. So they don't want to prove their God or anything. When I just prophesied, and the Christian, everyone can attest to that I prophesied. Now they're trying to say that I prophesied for them when it wasn't for them. or it wasn't. It was for God to show His glory through the Bible and get a accurate representation of Him, of God. So they're still saying that like I needed to Jesus needed, he said, they literally said Jesus needed to come. Sarah said Jesus needed to come down here and experience humanity for himself. And that's not the case. That's not why he died, or that's not why he was sent down. He was sent down to show man that they can overcome the natural state. So she said it was unnatural of God to put Jesus into the world when God is the only natural thing that's present, that's ever existed. So he's just so high minded. So like he's just so glorious that to come down here he had to send Jesus down so you could see that you can overcome your temptations. And just so like Sarah and Alex Cooper, like they'll still be talking, they'll say stuff about, they'll mention food and dinner and stuff like this throughout their little stuff because they're trying to tempt me to eat or whatever when I'm in a period of not eating. So they think that this is why the scripture earlier was tempting. They're always tempting. They're still tempting. That's what they do. So, because they put business before God. So that goes along with they're still trying to say that I needed to come and suffer and lose everything to be humble, to see how they live. When I was already humbled, the coldness and stuff. I was in Maryland working on roofs and stuff when it was snowing. So me sleeping in the cold is not a big deal. Like that's what they don't like. They think that I'm just gonna fold. Like this is unbearable. When this is you can get through this. So they're just. They're trying to say that the privileged life isn't which isn't like they're still trying to make a difference between the street life and the prison privileged life. When you go to the military, like we rucked 15 miles. You want to go in the army? We rucked 15 miles with 80 pounds on our back. Now you see what the Navy SEAL sniper guy said, that when he went with Delta, he said he'll draw the line at 15. We did that in basic. He said he'll draw the line at 15, and Delta does 40 miles, a 40-mile walk. So you see what I'm saying? It's all about what you're willing to put your what you're willing to push yourself to, like to pursue, and what your strength and your endurance, and push yourself rather than coveting, like the streets covet a privileged lifestyle. They covet so they take. So like this is why I'm trying to get the streets to, well, the message is to get the streets to realize that they're getting manipulated by the social media pastors, and they're getting pandered to, and they're living a life that they don't have to if they just didn't stop abiding by all the people that are hindering them. Now, this is also for the privileged life to understand that there is nothing different between you and them. Their parents had a choice to do drugs, to go to the gym, to stretch. Everybody has a choice to stretch every day. If you're locked up in a cell, you have a choice to stretch every day. If you're homeless, you have a choice to stretch every day. It's nothing different. Nothing different. It's just what you do with your time. And they've had kids before they were supposed to. So that's why instead of they were in lust, and that's why you have so much uh, the divorce and all this, because they were in lust. And we're now just getting to a point where we understand all these things, and they let the society pressure them into having kids early and marrying early and doing all this stuff, when our generation is going to do it totally different, if you stick with me. Now, what what Bonnie Boo and what they did was completely disgusting, and it's okay to call that disgusting. That's what they think that they're misinterpreting, like you can't call it disgusting. It's disgusting, but at the same time, if she's willing to take this walk in 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, like whatever it takes for her um, to to be renewed in her spirit through Christ, whatever it takes, if you want to do this walk, it takes whatever it takes. So like I'm showing you, it takes whatever it takes to be more of an image like him, and then she'll find her a husband that doesn't mind that she did that. Hopefully. You never know. So, as well as like with the light-skinned brother in the church, he said that tomorrow's not promised. That's the philosophy that they're using in the church that they're not supposed to be using. That's why it's not about the philosophy in the Stoicism and the Plato's and all them. It's not that. It's about them using that in the church pulpit, because that's not what the word says. The word actually says, don't boast about tomorrow, because you never know what it brings. So they said that tomorrow isn't promised just for fear, just to put fear. Their whole ideology is fear based, because they went to school and got a degree in theology. They got a degree in theology, which preaches a doctrine of what they have, which is control. Now, when you read the Bible for yourself, and I'm giving you, and you get revelations yourself, and you're seeing how I'm breaking everything down, what they still won't do, which is wild, which they still won't do. You see, you're getting more clarity onto why this system, it works the way it works, and why everybody else is trying to distract you with all types of stuff. Like, I didn't eat anything today, and I still got a good workout in. Tomorrow I'm not gonna probably eat anything, or God forbid, or hopefully God sends me a meal, cause faith. Because my father said that he wasn't gonna let me starve out here. So like they don't be keeping their word. They want me to suffer, and they think that I'm a break when I don't break. But he didn't. He's not keeping his word as well. So like, being so yeah, this is showing you that like if tomorrow I don't eat, I'm still gonna get a good workout, and I'm still gonna try my hardest and show continue to show that it's worth sacrificing. That's what Jesus came down for. It's worth suffering for to be formed like to be more holy. It's worth suffering. It's worth doing that, and to die for that, rather than be on your knees and do what they do and put business before God and all of that. This is worth my suffering. Is worth showing you guys how strong you can be, and how they're just complaining. Like they just complain. Like everybody has a chance to turn down a meal. You can have the strength to just like you say you don't like they like what's a black stereotype. They be like white people don't like black people don't like mayonnaise. Like just how they turn that down, they can do the same thing with turning down smoking, liquor, and all of these sorts of things. They can use that same power to turn stuff down. It's just they want to push this whole narrative. Black people smoke Newports. They want to keep these racist stereotypes. They want to keep that themselves. They place that on themselves. What the Republicans, once you drop that nonsense and it's just all that like, cause all the comedians, like that's why you don't take comedians serious, because they recycle jokes and they say the same stuff that's relatable, when they're worried about being relatable rather than actually differentiating themselves and becoming a better version of themselves, and actually uh, pushing their body and sculpting their body to become better and stuff like that. So like all this stuff is this is gonna help you with your health. That's what Republicans are saying. Like you can work out and they said like they're all about this create word, create. When you can't create anything, all you can do is think about new ways to manipulate the materials that God created into a functioning application for the betterment of society. That's what you can do. So it's about thinking. So like creating is what they're taking a little bit too far. They're taking that word and that definition a little too far. So what you can do is think about all the stuff that is around you and make an opportunity. So yeah, create an opportunity out of that rather than saying that you can just create like something, you know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing. What you go create? Like this iPad and stuff. It's a it's a new innovation of connecting and stuff, but create is it's a little more